I think that promoting equity and inclusion really starts with knowing that we don't all know the truth and that we must learn the truth. And so I think I learned this through the Racial Equity Institute. It's a national program focused on teaching how America has gotten to this point that we are in history. And I learned so many things about how policies were created at the federal level to create systemic inequalities, most of these helping the rich get richer. And one way that I'm going to try to help this is I'm going to be a poll manager in this November. And right now we're having a poll worker crisis. And so due to COVID-19, and there's also restricted voting. So I'm trying to help minority populations and speed up lines. And it's a really simple thing that you can do to try to help create some equity and inclusion.
For me, it's in my community, I'll be like a person you can go to if you have any problems or anything you need to get done. Like for me, when I was just getting started into MBK, it was like to go to Mr. Antoine to see if you need anything, any problems, you need guidance on something. And it's still like that, but now as I'm getting older, it's like I can do the same thing Mr. Antoine's doing to the next generation that's coming up. So they have somebody to look up to and to know that they are there for them.
I always say that our young people are value added. They are they're probably our most valuable commodities that we have in the work that we do in the work of community, in the work of nonprofit, in the work of education, in the work of positive youth development, in the work of leadership, in the work of tomorrow, our future leaders. So in every segment, civic, wherever you go, religion, politics, they're going to be there. And I say they're value added. So we can't have a poor mentality as adults. And when I say poor, it's an acronym: passing over opportunities repeatedly. I will say it again: passing over opportunities repeatedly. It's something one of my mentors always shares with me. And we have to remember that when we're working with young people, just because they're not cut from the same cloth that we may be, they may, they may talk different, they may dress different, they may act different, their mannerisms may be different. We have to always make sure that we can see the youth and the young person in them, the creativity, the ingenuity in them regarding the passion that they have that could push, our organizations forward.
As long as I am here, I would lend my voice to everyone who needs it, especially for the Latinx community. I'm an immigrant. It's been a little bit difficult, that transition, and I think I could help anyone who needs it.
I think that we need to involve youth in everyday activities, and it's not just like a specialized program. It should be something that just happens organically within the different decisions that are happening within the city, whether it be, city council, or whether it be, different murals in the, in the community, or whether it be about the recycling, program, because I think a lot of adults assume that the youth don't have those interests, and that they just, like what was spoken on the youth panel, they just want to be on their devices and they don't care about anything else. Well, a lot of things happen on our devices, right, these days. Mm-hmm. And that's so true. It doesn't mean that it's stuff that is not important, because they do care about things, but they need that help in, right? And I think that we have a responsibility. I think the community has a responsibility to help them, to show them that entrance into those issues, and to really take time to listen to what, they have to say. And sometimes, it's hard for them to maybe they're not used to public speaking, and it takes them a little bit of time to get out what they want to say. But we can't give up on them. We can't give them a 2-minute window and then give up on what they have to say because we assume that it's nothing. We have to give them an opportunity over and over and over, a continued opportunity to be able to speak. We say that we want their voices included, and we have to walk that walk and let them have the opportunity. And so that's my opinion, is just those everyday things rather than isolated events.
I would say that we must be culturally conscious. You know, that is having a deeper and self-awareness and expanding our understanding of youth and their needs.
Personally, I've had adults who have been encouraging me to be included and participate in my community through this, and I've done nothing like this before. And just the adults who are around me, they're always helping, pushing me to do better and just to be included in my community and things.
I think there's a lot of resources and that adults are trying to help us a lot. We just need to know how to look because we don't really know the amount of things that are out there that could help us. So we need a little bit like a push. You know?
Along with like us having new ideas and stuff for innovation, we also are bringing more conversations to the table than any other generation before. And like this, like we're here on a youth panel that you wouldn't have had back in the day or in our parents' generations because this wasn't to offer. So we're able to bring more conversations to the table that need to be talked about.
You know, I think that youth can be big game changers. And I think of like Greta Thunberg, who really was revolutionary in the climate change world. And she, I think, is an inspiration for all youth that they can make a difference even just by doing small things. And so I feel like we are kind of just these game changers who can do things because I think people kind of look down on us. And I think that just lifts us up.